Okay, we're going to kick off the morning trying out some Mutate. It's been a hot second. We had tried variations of this that felt somewhat reasonable last season when HA4 had released Sawtusk Demolisher into the wild here. So very powerful Mutate card that lets you make a 6/6 and destroy something to make a 3/3. So you know, you can kill your opponent's land to give them a 3/3. You could kill your own land to make a 3/3 for yourself, depending on what the board state looks like. You can answer problem permanents like enchantments or artifacts or planeswalkers. So, kind of idea here is we've got, you know, Baby Gzilla and Marauding Raptors here, which can let us make a 6/6 on turn 3. We've got Hushbringer here, which is a nice stat line and body to mutate onto, so flying lifelink, very great to mutate on top of. And then the text on here actually stops Thassa's Oracle from working, so this is technically a Tainted Pack hate card, which is nice. One thing I'm not sure that I love about this build is it's not playing Geese, which had been very reasonable in other builds that I had played, a cheap thing to mutate onto, as well as giving you food to destroy with Sawtusk Demolisher. There's also none of the cheap double strike creatures in here, which had been decent in other builds that I had played. So I'm interested to see if this feels like it's trim enough without things like Land War Elves and Geese. Starting at 2 feels like it might be a little bit of a tall order for how aggressive Historic can be sometimes. I'm interested to see, you know, against things like Groll and aggressive decks, if it feels like we're capable of break serving on the draw. Usually without 1 mana plays, going second and winning the game tends to be tough, especially against aggressive decks. Hey, what's going on, Soren? Back to a live one. Yeah, I mean, this is technically a 2-lander, right? It has most of our colors. That might also be a land. ABG. Yeah, I really hope we see more of these, what's the word I'm searching? I really hope we see more of these, like, Commander-style Mutate cards get printed, so we can, like, see this mechanic get fleshed out a little bit more without having to go back to Ikoria, because I think the design space on the mechanic as a whole is really good. So I hope we get to see more of it. Expressive iteration of Jeskai control. I've liked this build of Jeskai a lot. Being a little bit more proactive, less counterspelly, so you can play this as a powerful piece of card advantage for cheap. Ooh, maybe a bit of a mistake, but it might be newer to their deck. Forgetting to cast their Helix before it went away there with the iteration. Referring to Brainstorm, perhaps? I did, James. I think I'm gonna start with the list that I sent you. I wanna see how the Gideons actually feel in the format, and just playing 1 copy doesn't really give you a chance to do that.
I know what must be done. You know what? I'm not.
Alright, show me memory lapse. No, it's not just you. Control's been super popular. Jeskai was the most submitted deck at the 3 historic events over the weekend.
Hurry.
I did see that we're going to be having an event in July where they plan to rebalance cards digitally. Your qualms with Gideon is that he's not an actual blocker. Yeah, but he kinda is, right? Like, if you need to be blocking instead of attacking with him, you can +1 him, which bubbles a creature out. Like, he does effectively neutralize their best attacker.
Mind and just the trick for this.
It is kind of exciting, Cody. Hopefully it goes over well and the feedback is good. It is a temporary event, but it's a step in the right direction. It's them acknowledging that they're willing to try something like that. So you're right, this isn't a permanent change to historic, but it represents a fundamental shift towards a different heuristic that they might have it. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Cody. I think this is likely a precursor to digital balancing in the future. I'm gonna try one more time to Sawtusk them here, but there's a good chance this game is over. This is why memory lapse is just so powerful in their archetype, right? Like getting normally, generally speaking, you untap with Teferi twice, you win the game. And memory lapse makes it much easier to untap with Teferi. To an absurd degree. Can you link a source on that, Egdom? That they're pre-constructed decks rather than spreading hearsay? I'll give you 5 minutes to find your source before I give you a 10-minute break for spreading rumors. I mean, it's not really a standard deck because Sawtusk Demolisher, in addition to the better mana fixing from Ancient Ziggurat, Sawtusk Demolisher is a big change. I mean, like, conscript, just for reference, like, it's so weird to me how paper boomers do stuff. Like, they're like, okay, but now there are all these complications for paper. Like, we literally already have people that, there are literally already paper Magic cards that don't do what they say because they've been errataed. And it literally isn't an issue. Lord of Atlantis doesn't say Merfolk on it. It's a Merfolk. Like, there are so many cards in Magic that don't do what their text box says anymore because they've been updated. Heck, they literally day zero errata various Magic cards when they print them. Like, there's been day zero errata in, like, a set in the last year. Like, it's so weird to me, the hills that Magic players pick to die on. It doesn't matter, Conqueror. Like, it doesn't matter why the errata happened. The errata happened. Is the TLDR. Well, the context from paper then is, this is literally already a thing, conscript. So it's like, again, just like a non-consideration, because it's literally already a thing, and it just hasn't been a problem. Yeah, old Planeswalkers not being legendary is a great one. Heck, you want a really good one? You want a good comparison? Lightning Bolt doesn't say any target on it. There's a bunch of Lightning Bolts that say creature or player, but they hit Planeswalkers. Should you not be allowed to use those Lightning Bolts? Like, They errataed hundreds of burn spells to add the word or planeswalker to their targeting restrictions when they changed how the planeswalker redirection rule worked. It's been 39 months, Mr. Lifeguard. Welcome back. And then talking about, well, do the cards do what they say they do? Getting into that aspect of it. What about textless cards? What about textless cryptic command?
Get out of my way. Or, you know, don't. I'm sorry, friend.
I'm known for my excellent. Keep up the pace.
Think I'm just supposed to put them to 1. It's close. Usually if you can kill Teferi and you can't kill them, you should kill Teferi, but putting them to 1 is a pretty big upside. Well, that's like one of my favorite old paper boomer stories is I was at a PTQ back in the day. And I was watching 2 players play a game, and one of them cast an end step Pillar of Flame, and then their opponent cast Dispel on it, and the Pillar of Flame was in foreign language that neither player could read, and it was just like, y'all need to hold on for a second, cause you done messed up. 32 months, Boshek. Where do Magic players get their water from? A well, actually. Oh, that's good. How did the judge resolve that? I caught them quick enough that they rewound the game. Pixel, thanks for the half a year. They gave players appropriate warnings and rewound the game. Ryushi Roby, I've been enjoying the historic content lately. I'm my first person to make me tune in daily on Twitch instead of watching everything on YouTube at 2x speed. Thanks for the prime. I appreciate you keeping me around. Glad you enjoy the live stuff. Alright, so they can't activate Castle again, but they could have a Lightning Helix here. Yeah, someone said we're giving the beatdown to Gandalf. I actually think we're probably dead here. We are incredibly behind. Yeah, I get that they're at 1 and we're at 6, but I would assume that they're a strong favorite to win at this point.
Keep up the pace.
A game like this is a good example. Should have killed Tef, maybe. Gideon Blackblade doesn't, like, what do you think Gideon Blackblade does against, you mentioned that and I didn't respond to it. I don't understand what you think Gideon Blackblade does against Control and Pact. It's like literally textless there. It's just like a 4/4 that they have a hard time killing. I don't understand what, are you mixing up Gideon Blackblade and Gideon of the Trials, which gives you the emblem? Or you just want a second Gideon to pair with the existing Gideon so you can have 2 Gideons with the emblem out at the same time? Because the giving like, his plus is pretty whatever, and the minus is basically useless. The removal is creature removal. Kinda. I don't know, I feel like with the Adanto Vanguard you already have a little bit of redundancy. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't really care about the changes that things have to paper Magic, if I'm being honest. I don't play paper Magic. I find it marginally annoying that people bring up paper Magic when we talk about things that could improve the game as a whole. But Boomer's gonna boom. What's she gonna do about it? It's for the follow sim. Welcome to the channel. Also, and again, like, that's one of the great things about Historic focusing as a digital format. A way that they could really solidify Historic as being the digital format is they could, you know, change cards for just Historic, right? Because in digital, your cards always have the latest version of their text, right? I think I'm gonna do this into this. And just make all these super cheap next turn. I think we're getting K Command and Historic Anthology 5. I think it would be a huge miss if we didn't. I'm smarter and have learned more than to try and predict what Wizards of the Coast is going to do, because they make Wizards of the Coast decisions quite frequently, but it would be an incredible miss in my opinion if we did not get Colligan's Command alongside the other two. Need a second white source to mutate this. That would be our best draw. Mana base, definitely feeling the pain of our mana here. I don't think Gruul really wants to play a Tarka's Command in its current form. Every card that's not a creature in the Gruul deck comes at a real cost. I really just, like, don't have any meaningful plays here because I can't cast King Caesar, right? Our mana base just, like, firmly biting us. I can mutate these for one, which is kind of cute. I guess I could play one out as a 6/6 here. Maybe I just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this as a 6/6. And loot, so we can try and find a white source. Okay, perfect. This can't kill creatures with its trigger, chat. Got me. Okay, so I want to give this double strike, obviously. So we're gonna put King Caesar on here, and then I could trigger this a second time. So I'm gonna get one destroy, or I'm gonna get 3 destroy 3s, and then 2 deal 4s. The question is, Do I go all in and, like, make myself a bunch of 3/3s here and, like, shoot their board apart? I feel like that might be the play, huh? I think I want to mutate onto here. And then, am I killing the Kroxa? I think I'm killing the Kroxa, huh? What's up, bud? Is it finished? I'll tell you what. You're a good listener for school today, and you listen to your mom. Okay. If it's done and you're good, we can get it. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's sad that they're taking our Mutator, the Mutator out of our hand. Tokens are embarrassing versus our living Evercleave. They are kind of embarrassing versus our living Evercleave. You're not wrong. They have not hit a removal spell here, so that's good. Alright, so that's gotta be the game, right? Alright, all in. Figure it out. Ship it. This is probably an Archon of Emeria matchup, huh? They like to cast multiple spells per turn. What am I trimming here is the question. Hushbringer's base text box isn't good. But Flying and Lifelink are both kind of decent. I guess I'm bringing in a bunch of Cubwardens, which means I have other Lifelinkers. Let's do this. Oh yeah, it's really not good against Kroxa. Really not good against Kroxa. Definitely the cut. Space Godzilla doesn't work with Rip. We can cast Space Godzilla. And, like, if you have Reston, you shouldn't really worry about having cards that have anti-synergy with Rest in Peace in your Rest in Peace matchups. Because Rest in Peace is so good when you have it in play in a matchup like this that you can afford to have a card be not at its best on your side because their deck is basically non-functional. It's like the TLDRs. Like, don't worry about the fact that, like, oh, this isn't perfect together. Alright, I think we're at a point where we want to kill their lands. Could be wrong, though. Honestly, I think I'm gonna ditch this Archon and set ourselves up to lead the Stampede next turn. They're just abrading it so I don't attack? Deal. I wasn't attacking anyways, for reference. Alright, where am I Stampede at? So if they have a land, they can escape Kroxa next turn. So Glasspool Mimic copies the entire Mutate stack. However, it counts as having 0 mutations on it. I do just have a 2-mana 6/6 here if I want. The question is, do I want? Because, like, if I do that and they escape Kroxa next turn, I end up kind of in trouble, right? I guess not strictly. No, it's just a beast on top. You don't keep the bottom creature types. Do I want to trade for their 3/3s here? I don't think so, because on the off chance they can't escape Kroxa, I want to be able to kill one of them. The fact that we only drew 2 cards there Lead the Stampede is pretty unlucky. You can, Buns. Thanks for the entire year. Welcome back. You interest me in standard Mutate combo? Nah, I don't think so. Wait, what? Excuse me? Okay, well, you're dead. They like... could see They knew that King Caesar was in my hand, chat. They didn't escape it and discard. Weird. The opponent threw that one a little bit. I don't know that we were guaranteed to lose, but we definitely would not have been in the you're dead spot. We would have been if they would have escaped Croxa there. Happens sometimes. I don't know. I'm gonna say no on a standard submission for now. But check back in with me after the league weekend this weekend. If standard looks like it's not the same stains it's been after the league weekend, I'll consider it. But looking at like SCG results and stuff, it doesn't. How is that lethal? You're not familiar with the Marauding Mutate. The Marauding Mutate thing has double strike Conqueror. So it was giving our 6/6 Trampler double strike, and then we were gonna kill both their 3/3s. So we're gonna have 18 power worth of trample, and then we're gonna have 1 blocker. Snappy boy, don't mess around. Our hand's a little slow against Mono Red in the draw. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have played this tapped, so I could play this on... I should have played this tapped on 2, so I could play this on 3, and then mutate onto it on 4. Yeah, that was a mistake. Well, I can only hold 2 of these. Where was this one last game? I definitely want Cubby Bear. Is it just like Cubby Bear Sea-Dasher? I think it's Cubby Bear Sea-Dasher. Do I want to turn Glasspool Mimic into a Sawtusk? I probably want to turn Glasspool Mimic into a Sawtusk. Draw 5, show the opponent your luck stat. Well. I mean, to be fair, we're probably going to die with most of these in our hand, is what I expect is about to happen here. Good morning, the Velvet Witch. The Velvet Witch or the Velvy Twitch? I'll never know, because your username isn't Camel Case, so it's impossible to tell. I'm blocking the Beaumont because then I don't lose my Cub to a Deal 3 or an Embercleave. What? Cubwarden is evolving. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You've had first cleaves, yes, but what about second cleaves? Don't mind me. I'm just gonna gain 20 real quick. Go. I've created a monster, and nobody wants to see kill your thing, gain 20, make some blockers, you know, the usual. That was the Snapdax. King Caesar is here, chat. You at home might be dead to cleave on occasion. King Caesar does not die to the cleave. We did just survive double cleave. So, killer, an extra cubby bear, definitely coming in. Yeah, it's probably just octopus out, huh? I keep a couple. Having a cheap way to trigger mutate can be valuable. Anton, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Sure. Hushbringer just being a lifelink body to mutate onto is really good. Just like put Armored Killer on and have a 4/4 flying lifelinker. Sign me up. Probably supposed to lead on the breeding pool there. Wow, they stole my cubby bear, chat. That's true. Had we been on the play, Hushbringer would have shut off their burning emissary. We're stealing all of our friends, chat. Alright, now this game we are dead to a cleave, unfortunately. Did not cleave to. Happy with how I boarded. Let's be on the play. Does this deck handle spot removal? You have Adanto Vanguard in the sideboard. And you have cards like Lead the Stampede to play through it. Also, a lot of our cards, when they mutate, they have a trigger when they mutate, right? So you get value when you mutate your thing. So, like, if they kill your thing, you got value out of it already. Morning, Eastbus. This hand's fine. If they step on the Hushbringer, our hand kind of goes to shit. Ain't no shock is good. Nice! Nice! You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Lycanthrope, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. A 2-for-1, my friendo. I guess that's technically a 2-for-2, but it did gain me life as well, so it's like kind of a wash. And like now they don't have burn spells likely for this Cubwarden. So Sawtusk is going to get to cut on through. They have double removal again here. Sucks. Yikes. Yikes! Mana base, chat. Yikes on the mana base. Ooh. Okay, so this means I can mutate this. And I think I'm killing my own Needleverge Pathway here. Everything worked out better than expected. Man, our shortage of blue mana, definitely feeling it here. Ooh. Hey, Tampazord. Brave Sport. There's a ton of great people. You can send that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this month. Yeah, I think it's just second 6/6, huh? The problem with this is because this deals 2 damage here, if they have a burn spell, yeah. That's the problem with that line. And now this puts me to 2, right? Fortunate. Yeah, they have Ramanap runes. Like I can survive Burning Tree Emissary and Faceless by Sea-Dashering. And if I Sea-Dasher onto the Sawtusk to kill the runes, I die in combat. Yeah, our mana definitely killed us this game. I mean, the opponent's draw had a lot of removal in it. The opponent's draw allowed them to make our draw awkward. The Hushbringer doesn't do anything, Kid Martian. They have a Ramanap runes to play. Or 2. It's actually kind of an interesting commentary that, like, we would have been better off that game had our opponent been a typical, more linear draw, right? Like, had they not interacted with us as much, we would have we had 2 different lifelink creatures that they double burn spelled through, and like, if either of those had survived for 1 more turn, we probably can't lose. So the fact that their draw was as interactive as it was put us away pretty firmly. There has to be a way to make the mana better. No, 4-color mana bases aren't free in this format. They come at a very real cost. Is this a concession, Hushbringer chat? What do we think? This is how fair creature decks feel when they play against you, Angel's opponent. Yeah, I agree with that. Even 3-color mana bases are far from free in this format. Well, they're like a big Angels deck. Interesting. Look at me, opponent. I'm the life gain deck now. Hey, thanks for the 34 months, Cajun guy. Good morning, good morning. Who's in favor of clicking submit? Ship it. And I do it again, I swear. Trading steamrolled by Angels several times. Just I'd like to thank you for that, Jeff. Yep. Yeah, the Angels deck is like pretty polarizing. The mid-game Bioshock twist was good. The game series seems like it does a really good job of writing in stuff like that, where like if you think back on things that if you've been paying attention the whole time and think back on things, you're like, oh, that was happening, wasn't it? So, fun fact, Hushbringer stops your raptor from killing your other creatures, which is great. So you can do things like play this out. Yeah, unless they've got like a sweeper in their creature deck sideboard. Should be pretty done here. You know, maybe I should have put second Sea-Dasher on here before copying it, huh? Then I'd be drawing 4 cards here instead of 3. Well, I'm glad Hushbringer is really good. One Snapdax, please. If I would have been more aggressive with this, I would have drawn 2 more cards this game already, which probably would have let us play through the flood. So if we lose this game, it's almost assuredly because I made a mistake. Being 2 cards deeper is a big deal. Alright, maybe we do want Gemrazer for game 3. Binding usually isn't in the range of cards Angels plays, but it's got some interesting inclusions. Yeah, we've got some breathing room here. If we find a Snapdax, we can still win this game. Or a Sawtusk. I don't really want to trade this for, like, just this. I think we just pass for now. Looking for a Snapdax so we can build an Embercleave here. Huh? Do I want to copy Sawtusk? So if I copy Sawtusk, next turn I can attack with both, and they only have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flying power. I think we want to copy Sawtusk. Take out the Angel. How do I take out the Angel? Even if there wasn't a Hushbringer, I couldn't do anything to kill the Angel. So now if I attack with both, they could like double and then block everything here, and then I lose both of them, so that's not great. So, powers like the Wanderer check on activation as well as resolution that the requirements are met. So by putting Sea-Dasher over the top, we reduce its power to 2, so it's no longer a valid target for that. I'm gonna hold on to these lands in my hand, because if we draw Baby G-Zilla, we might want to loot through them down the line. I think 3 is probably enough. Our opponent's due to draw some lands, huh? This is their 5th land in... Oh. Oh, our opponent's not even playing 60 cards. Yeah. Man, they're in Diamond, too. I wonder, like... I've talked about this before, but I really feel like Wizards of the Coast does themselves a disservice hiding information about Arena's ranked ladder, because like based on like decks like this in Diamond and like the type of stuff that gets posted on the decks page on Wizards website on occasion, I'd be pretty surprised if the Magic format's not, if the ladder format's not way more diverse than what a lot of things would imply. How many cards are they playing? Probably 80. There's 50 cards left in their deck right now. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna take them off of lands to prevent them from... Maybe I forgot to put a Yorion in. Maybe. Alright, so they have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 flying power. So if I attack with this, they could kill it, right? I really don't want to lose. I think we're just like hanging tight for another Sawtusk Demolisher. But if I attack with this, they could go block, block, block with these, and then I kill Valkyrie plus this for this. I think that's a good exchange for me. And then they only have these left over, but these leftovers still kill this in combat, right? So that's still not great. Like any mutates we draw at this point trigger Cubwarden to like shoot their angels, so yeah, we took them off of lands of being able to binding too, which is nice. Okay, sick. Well, that wasn't the second mutate I wanted for Christmas, but they'll do in a pinch. Am I still waiting or are we pushing? I feel like I'm supposed to wait one more turn. Or am I supposed to attack with this one now? I think I'm supposed to attack with this one now. Because if I trade this for these two, these can't kill this on the backswing. Alright, that was what we were waiting for. We're done here. We'll kill another land, we'll shoot 2 of their angels. We'll use Glasspool Mimic to copy this giant mutate stack. I will say, Glasspool Mimic with our mutate creatures has been very funny so far this set. It's felt reasonably powerful. Glory to the king, baby. Glory to the king. Alright, here's hoping we get Culligan's command in HA5 today, huh? How sick would that be? Are there spoilers every day? I mean, we've gotten spoilers the last 2 days in a row. No, I imagine they're going to keep giving a slow drip. Based on what they've been doing, I imagine they'll give us 3 to 4 cards every day until they're done. They haven't said anything official one way or another, but based on the last 2 days. But as always, Wizards' communication or lack thereof is atrocious. Want a Tarkus command to beat face? Yeah. Yeah, Tarkus command probably gives us a pretty sweet, aggressive Dreadhorde Arcanist deck. I think Stifle means they're leaving pack combo alone. I think they put Stifle in this historic anthology long before they knew packed combo was going to potentially be an issue. So, it could go either way. Dramoka's command puts 1/1 counters on it too, yeah. For sure. Okay, it's not terrible. We're probably dead at this point, huh? I don't know. I don't want to take a donation to guarantee starting Clank on a specific day, Dr. Mr. Punny, because I don't want to, like, stop a different variety game in the middle to, like, pick something else up. But I'd be okay if you wanted to donate for Ratchet and Clank to, say I'll wait at least a week to start it. If that works for you. Yeah, just the regular sounds great. Well, our Stampede was a little lackluster, chat. Our Stampede was a little lackluster. Grixis Dragons that's up on my website will love Culligan's command. Rabid Wolfpack, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome to the channel, thanks for keeping me around. Alright. You know. Rest in Peace is lovely here. This is Reach. It'd be okay. Hushbringer doesn't really do much here, right? I guess it flies, but that's like it. Is a Cubby Bear out matchup? It could be Cubwarden out. The lifelinks kind of whatever. Is it a Adanto Vanguard matchup? They're removal heavy. Yeah, I think this might be an Adanto matchup. Try this. Dear Dad, good morning and welcome to the channel. Oh, thanks for the follow too, Rabid Wolfpack. Generous of you to sub on your first day here. To matchups you bring an intervention. Yeah, mostly sweeper based. Or interactive heavy decks that also aren't creature based. The fact that Rogues is pretty creature based while being heavily interactive changes the dynamic a little bit. I think Gideon's a card, James, that is good enough when it sits on the table that you can afford for it to be blank, a second one blank in your hand. And four might be too many, but I think I want at least 3. Like the list, unless you changed it, the list you sent me only had 1 copy in it. Dr. Mr. Punny, that's incredibly generous of you. I'm excited to play the new Ratchet and Clank on stream. Let's wait until at least June 18th to rock it out. That sounds good. Yeah, the first one of those, the remaster for that recently was really good. Thanks for the support. Been lurking to watch your YouTube all the time. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Are we putting Dasher on here? I don't think we are actually, right? I think we're actually going like Ziggurat, cast this as a 3/5. Field runes, man. Hopefully Dasher here draws us a spell we can play. Yeah, I just mostly don't think Blackblade's a very good card in general. It's kinda eh. For lack of a better, more specific term. Akastar, good morning, welcome to the channel. Only got 2 cards in my bin. Well, shit. Like, just good enough to keep playing. I hope they give us... Like, I know I just posted my top 5 video with Planeswalkers I'd like to see. I really hope they give us a Planeswalker as one of the mythics in this historic anthology. It feels like kind of a miss that they haven't. Like, they keep putting, like these big EDH cards as the mythics, and I would just like some sweet Planeswalkers. Beyond the Veil, Kaya, Garruk, Relentless, just like any of the ones out of my top 5 video would be awesome. It's 15 months, Viking, welcome back. Probably dead here at this point, huh? I think Mind Sculptor is probably a little bit above the power level I'd like. Also, even if Jace the Mind Sculptor wasn't too powerful, the play patterns it generates kind of suck to play against. So I'd really rather not. I don't really feel like sticky threats is your problem with the red-white deck. Like, the control matchup for that deck is pretty good. Or at least it was last time I was playing it. Adanto Vanguard and Chandra go a long way. You'd be pro Liliana and against Jace, because Liliana's most powerful aspect of her is symmetrical. There's a big difference between chewing up both players' hands and fate sealing your opponent every turn. I honestly don't have enough experience with the Green-White Company deck to really know, Tom. I'd be surprised if it doesn't play it in some capacity, but what capacity does it want to play it in? I'm unsure. Huntmaster. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Okay, you have my attention. I'm listening. So again, Hushbringer stops Raptor from killing Hushbringer. He's like, shh, no, don't murder me. So silliest / most interesting planeswalker you'd like to play with Kasmina? I don't know. I feel like the Warwalkers are the most interesting ones to pair with Cas. So we kind of already have that covered.
Fire? I know. Yep, you're flammable.
I agree, Vonu. I think that would be a great thing for them to do. So far, they've been alternating remaster set, historic anthology remaster set. So I wonder if the next thing after HA5 specific to historic will be a remaster set. Hey, Bastu, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. There's a ton of great people you can support here on Twitch. Thanks for supporting me. Overclock Sloth, thanks for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. Send this upstairs and this at Lady Chandra. Gain a bunch of life. Yeah, so it's funny, the way this is templated, it deals 4 and then you gain life, and then because you're putting it on a lifelink creature, you actually gain 8 because it is lifelink. Hey, Jacob. What do you need to tell me? Lucky. Lucky Jacob indeed. You do, Jake. For those that can't hear it, the RTX voice might have cut it out too. There, he was singing the Mario theme song to himself. There is what he was humming.
This is not my first ending.
Put this on here and shoot the Ramanap runes. And then Glasspool Mimic, make myself another 6/6. Alright, these are my thick boys.
Over here.
Hey, thanks for the tip, Dex. Being Chad turns and Saltide Super Friends, my mythics are burning. The mythics, they're on fire. Okay, so how do we Yeah, I think I want to elk the Chandra. I can mutate this for 3 and this for 4, so I can't do both. I only have 6 mana. What if we mutate the Chandra and one of my lands? I think is the play. Oh, no, wait. This is only... These are both cost reducers. Okay, well, that changes the plan.
I don't need this.
I forgot these were both cost reducers. Yeah, Glasspool copies the entire stack. I forgot. Okay, so... I think I want to shoot my own stuff here now, right? So I cut them down to 4 mana sources, then I'm going to make 2 3/3s over here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so Adanto Vanguard sounds good here against their control deck. They have a bunch of artifact mana, so Armored Killer sounds nice. Hushbringer seems kind of whatever. They don't really have creatures, it doesn't look like. Maybe I trim Tangled Flora and this because they're probably on red sweepers, bring in an extra thing that has thick toughness. I like it. I like it. Good morning, good adjust. Might be right to go to 5 here, because we like have 4 lands but can't mutate King Caesar. It's a red to mutate. Danto's pretty good though. Wow, rude. Getting offers 80k over appraisal. Oh, good lord. Yeah, in Bloomington where I live, the housing market's been silly too because they what's the word I'm searching for? One of Tesla's biggest competitors just built put a plant up or bought a plant or something here in town. So they're adding like 1,000 middle class to upper middle class incomes to the area. Entry level houses in Denver are $550,000. Good lord. I'm very happy with my 3,000 square feet under $300,000 in the cornfields. Am I supposed to mutate here? Yes, yeah, Rivian's the company that put the plants up here. Listen, chat. Cornfield living is nice, I swear. Invest in a backyard that has nothing behind it somewhere far away from you. My job is asking to move me to the Bay Area. Yikes.
Curiosity and wonder. My plans do not include.
I think we've died, chat. Where's my ancient Ziggurat at, fam?
Secrets manifest before you.
Alright, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Needed some Ziggies sooner. Alright, we'll take game 3 on the play. The mana pool in this deck is very unstable. Yeah, I mean, that's the... Like, we're a 4-color deck that, like, also kind of has a 5th color splash, too. So, it's been mostly functional, but we've definitely lost a number of games in this set to not being able to cast our spells. Dissecting homes into rental units. Speculation on housing is truly awful. I feel about this versus the double strike band version we had played previously. I prefer the double strike version. The one card that I've really walked away from impressed in this set so far is I think I'm supposed to Gemrazer and kill this. The one card that's really impressed me so far in this set is definitely Glasspool Mimic. That's felt really good, but I think I prefer the double strikes and 1-mana accelerants overall. These Soul Seers. Do I just pass here and like end step Sea-Dasher, untap, mutate, armor killer? I think is the plan. Because I don't want to like play this out and then have them like Chandra downtick or Ugin downtick. We'll kill the Guardian Idol, because I'll sacrifice the Mind Stone. I don't think I want to trade Razor for Ground Scourge. Yeah, I'm supposed to play Raptor first here so they can't, like, kill this in response. Now I'm gonna offer this trade since I got a copy. Play out another threat here so that way if they play a Planeswalker and downtick, I have something to clean it up.
Your past is unwritten.
Last card's always a do good shit. So, overall, I feel like my thoughts that I had going into this set were mostly validated by the games that we actually ended up playing out. I don't have one in my deck editor to compare at a glance right now, but I think this definitely felt worse than, like, the 3-color Bant variations we had played in previous seasons. You know, this was like a 4-color build that was like also kind of a 5-color build with these getting stuck in our hands needing black mana at multiple points. And I think not having the various double strike creatures in your 2-drop slot meant that you leaned on this too hard in terms of being able to push real amounts of damage, which I didn't like. So I think the lower curve with the 1 mana accelerants, we'll have to try that build at some point again this season. I will say that Glasspool Mimic was a card that really impressed me. If we try the Bant build again, this will definitely be a card that we try to leverage, being able to copy a big, giant, scary Mutate stack into a second iteration of it, while also being a land to help you not miss your land drops in your deck that kind of wants to get to 4 and 5 consistently. Felt really good for sure. So let's go ahead.